Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be a little first impressions get ready with me. It's not going to be anything super serious. I'm not doing reviews on these products. I have never done reviews, but just like I did, I think maybe in March, I'm gonna do a full face, or as much of a full face as I can, of products that are new to me. I don't think any of these are actually new, but I've never used any of these products. The idea for this video was sparked by these two products. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my post where I talked about my Ulta, I guess it's called a semi-annual sale now, but the 21 Days of Beauty. I only shopped one day of that sale, and it was for these two items. This is the Smashbox Cali Contour palette in the medium deep version, and this is the KVD Dazzle Stick in the what is it, Tornado Haze shade. So this thing is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop drooling over this, and I really wanted to try these out as soon as possible. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and for that reason I'm just going to start with my face. I usually start with my eyes, just so that I don't have fallout on my face, but the only thing I'm putting on my eyes, like for eyeshadow, is gonna be this. So I'll start with my face. I'm gonna start with primer, and for that I'll use the Danessa Myricks. This is the blurring balm powder in the universal shade, and I guess it says it's for face and eyes. I got this as a free gift with purchase when it, like, even before it released, just like promoting the product, and I've literally never used it. But now, like, I think she's expanded the shades and everything, and it's pretty popular, I guess. So I don't even actually know how to use this. Like, am I supposed to just use my finger? But I feel like that would be so, like, that would take so long. It's like okay, this is kind of gross. It's kind of like a slimy consistency. Let me just try to oh, I had fuzz on my nose this whole time. Let me just try to put it on with, okay, yeah, that's gonna take way too long. I'm gonna try to, kind of has a weird smell. I'm just gonna dig some out of the thing and try to use it that way. This is a very low tech first impressions, and now I'm literally just using my phone as a mirror. Also, I did not prep my face. I did my skincare last night after my shower, and I have not done anything to my face since then other than brushing my teeth. And then I put the LYS lip oil in the shade Hot Chocolate on my lips. This is like whatever scent this is, it's like, do you know those scents that, like, sometimes, like, you're not having an allergic reaction and it's not like a bad scent, but sometimes it makes it so that you, like, can't breathe when you smell it? What I said probably sounds a little concerning, and don't call the paramedics. I have that with a lot of scents. Just like when you smell it, you can't really breathe. So anyway, okay, this is already getting to be a weird video, but I have the LYS lip oil in the shade Hot Chocolate on my lips. I always put some sort of lip mask on my lips before I do my makeup. So anyway, yeah, I have not added or removed any skincare since what I put on last night, so I probably should have for this video, but this is the real me. This is what I do. So that being said, my T-zone is oily and the rest of my face is dry. We'll see how this primer holds up with that. Going on, there is like a tiny bit of pilling I can feel, but it's nothing major where I feel like I have to take it off and redo something. Just wanted to note that, and I have no idea where the pilling is coming from. Maybe it's coming from the oils on my face, or maybe it's coming from my dry skin. That's gross, but sorry. Now I'm gonna try a liquid foundation I've never used before, but I've had since last year, because I'm pretty sure I did not spend like beauty bank points on this, so this has to be from last year. This is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream, full coverage, long lasting dewy finish in the shade 330 medium W. medium 330W. I am a little, I think this is like the dewier version of the first one they came out with. For so long I tried to get my hands on that original version, but like my exact shade, or what I think is my shade, was always sold out. And I'm kind of glad I never got that one, because the dewy version, it like doesn't really seem super dewy. It seems like just to find consistency. I mean, I've never used it, but compared to like some other dewy foundations I've tried, this one does not seem super like greasy or sheer and liquidy, so I'm kind of glad I got this one instead. But I am a little bit worried about the shade match. This is the 330W shade and I do have this shade in the powder foundation, and that one was way too dark for me, so I had to franken it. But putting this on, this seems like, oh, I guess like I don't need a full pump, but putting this on, this seems like this would be a fine shade match for me for the summer. I probably shouldn't have bought this shade because the 330 in the powder was way too deep for me, but I did like a lot of research. Sorry if this has been blocking my face, but I did a lot of research and like swatching before, like swatching on other people before I bought the shade, so I thought it was gonna be a decent match, and it seems to be. I'm just gonna like use whatever is left and just put it on my face. I'll just like get the excess off with my beauty blender. This looks crazy. Okay, I just saw myself in the camera. Let me blend this out real quick. Yeah, I'm really happy with this match. Like, at least for summer, this just looks so crazy. And while I'm blending this out, the camera's probably gonna be shaking, because if you saw my last video, my deck of panning update, which should have gone up I think yesterday, my pop socket on my phone broke off, which is how I've been balancing my phone for like over 2 years now. So I like needed to prop it up on something different, and the camera is very shaky this way, so I'm sorry about that. But I have to be a little bit aggressive with this beauty blender if I want to get everything blended in. But anyway, at least for summer, I think this is gonna be a really good match for me, which I'm really happy about. It is really hard for me to usually find a foundation that works for me, especially like going from winter to summer, and then my undertone, because I do have very warm undertones, but I have yellow undertones, and I feel like a lot of foundations that are warm enough for me, or like they aren't like neutral leaning, are just, they end up being orange, or they oxidize to an orange shade. And that's what happened with the Fenty foundation. That was a really good match for me, but it just oxidized straight to orange after like an hour. So it is difficult for me to find foundation matches, and then usually once I do, like I said with the other e.l.f. foundation, that shade always gets bought up immediately and I cannot find it anywhere. So I'm genuinely glad I found something that matches me, but now I just have to see if it lasts and if I like how it wears all day. I'm not gonna come back later in the video, but in the description box I will put like any kind of significant thoughts on like any of these products, if there were any standouts or like really bad ones. I actually don't think I'm gonna do concealer, because this is supposed to be a full coverage foundation, and I did put some under my eyes, and there is a banana powder in the face palette. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip concealer, and I don't really have that much time. I've been filming for 11 minutes already. Just really quickly, because it doesn't really fit this video too well, I'm going to powder very lightly, because this is pretty much a full coverage powder foundation. I'm going to very lightly powder that with the Maybelline Superstay. This is, sorry, there's a cat fur on my lip. This was the shade 332, but I actually got a sample of the reformulated Givenchy loose powder, and I just frankened it with this powder, which is why it's like all cracked in there, because this ended up being way too dark for me, and that Givenchy powder, even though it says, or like it's supposed to be translucent, it was like way too ghostly white. So I just mixed them together, but this is still, at least it seems to be, like a full coverage foundation, so I'm going to powder very, very lightly. And just in case you were wondering, it also, like, it's still even darker than this foundation, which I thought was going to be too dark for me. Even mixed with that like white powder, this is still darker than that foundation. Like, if I was any lighter, I don't think I'd be able to wear this powder. So I'm really gonna try to use it up before the year ends, because by January my tan is going to be gone. But anyway, just in case you're wondering about that powder, yes, it is glowy. If I had to like compare it to any other product, I would say it's comparable to the e.l.f. like I think it's called the Whoa Glow powder. So it's not like super shiny and glowy, and I don't remember it having sparkles in it. It might have, I don't remember that honestly. But if you're into, or if you like the e.l.f. Whoa Glow, you'd probably like the Givenchy, but you may as well buy the Whoa Glow because it's like way cheaper. And you can also get a shade that matches you, whereas with the Givenchy, like, I never saw a shade that matched me. And I do have a matching shade in the Whoa Glow. Okay, I'm calling it Whoa Glow, and I'm just remembering, I think it's called Halo Glow, like the liquid filter product. I think the Whoa Glow is the sunscreen. So now I have two full coverage foundation products on my face, and it doesn't look too bad, but again, we'll just have to see later on down the line what this looks and feels like. So again, check my description box for any significant notes. But I think I'm going to start with the Cali Contour Face Palette. Really quick, just to try the banana powder under my eyes. By the way, this is what it looks like. I realized I didn't even show you. So this is the banana powder. I also swatched both this face palette and the eyeshadow stick. So check out my Instagram to see those swatches, but I'm gonna take what I was using as a highlight brush, and I just wiped it off. But I'm going to go into the banana powder and tap a little bit off, and let's just see. I don't know how to angle my phone, but let's just see how this works out. I don't know if you can see a difference. I feel like I see a very slight difference. On camera it does look better just because the light is coming from this direction, so it's hitting this eye more, so you don't see as much shadow. In person I do see a very slight difference, but nothing significant. So I'm going to have to try this powder again on top of concealer and see if it like sets concealer well, because just on its own I don't see it really doing anything special for my under eyes. But I mean, who's to say it was like meant to do that anyway? Like, this probably was meant just to go on top of concealer, so I'm not gonna knock it for that. But I will say it's not making my under eyes look cakey, which can happen really easily because I do have lots of lines under my eyes, and if I put too much powder, I also have like dry under eyes, so not only will you see the lines very easily if I put too much product, but it'll look very dry if I put just the slightest bit too much powder. So I would say this powder is good for under eyes as far as like not being too heavy. I just realized I don't have like a bronzer contour brush, so I'm gonna go in with what I was using like last week as my powder foundation brush. I just wiped it off a little bit. This is not the best brush to be using, but this is what I have in front of me, so I'm going to use it for this deepest contour shade. I kind of consider this one as like a bronzer, like blush and bronzer shade hybrid, kind of like those Bare Minerals, like, you know, the bronzers in like Kiss of Copper and stuff like that. I kind of consider this to be that type of shade. I'll swatch it for you. My hands are extremely dry. I'm going through an eczema patch on my hands because of all the traveling, so don't pay attention to that. But this is what that shade looks like. So it does look like, for me and my skin tone, a light bronzer with like a pinky undertone, which I think could be great as like a blush bronzer hybrid. But just for today, I'm gonna go in with both the contour shade and the blush so I can use as many pans as I can in this palette. And I'm gonna go in very lightly. I just tap my brush in once and oh, okay, this thing is pigmented, so I'm gonna buff this in or really try. Oh my gosh, I'm like disturbing my hair that I just finally got to like lay down flat, but I really need to buff this in, so I'll fix my hair later before I end up taking the final pictures. Just bear with me here. I need to blend this in. Okay, I feel like, oh my gosh, my hair is a mess, but I was like really digging into my hairline. Now that I got that blended in on my forehead, I'm going to take like just the side of my brush and contour my non-existent cheekbones. Okay, this is working a lot better when I use like a very small part of the brush. And I'll do the other side. We're not going to use that contour anymore today. I'm going to go in with the blush. Okay, I tapped my brush in twice, which was a mistake, and I just tried to like tap off all the excess, but it looks like it wants to stay on the brush. So I'm going to use this for both of my cheeks. Hopefully I don't end up with clown cheeks. Oh my goodness, no. Okay, well, I'm gonna wipe my brush off on this like damp cloth that I've been using to wipe my hands off of, or off onto. I'm worried, I'm nervous, and now I have to wait for the brush to dry so I don't put water on my cheeks. But look at this, oh my gosh. This product is pigmented. You have to, if you get this, definitely like get the lighter version if you're lighter than me. But if you end up getting this, like use a very light hand. In the promo videos for this, like on the Smashbox website, they the model was talking about how it was very pigmented, and I thought they were just saying that because they literally always say that, but no, this is pigmented. Like what you see in the pan is what's gonna end up on your face. Okay, that blended in pretty easily, which is good because I put way too much on. So yeah, I was able to buff that into the skin, and it's a really, really pretty shade. I just blew like all the fallout onto my bed. Next time I use this, I'm definitely gonna use that bronzer shade, but for now I'm gonna use one of the highlights, and there are two of them. There's like a golden one and then a peachy one. I usually like to match my highlight to whatever I'm doing on the eyes. This is like a greeny pinky, like true pink. I guess I could use the peach one, but it's like a warm pink, and the one that I'm using on my eyes is not warm at all. I'm just doing one tap just in case it's like blinding, and yeah, all I needed was one tap. That was a lot. I will say something that I was worried about when I originally swatched these on the back of my hand. These highlighters are glittery. It's not like super big chunks of glitter, but I don't like to see any glitter in, unless it's like an eyeshadow. I don't like to see glitter in any of my makeup. So that is a downside to this palette, but honestly I found that with like almost every highlighter I've ever owned, except for the Essence like Be My Highlight and Be My Sunlight. Pretty much every highlight I've ever had has glitter in it. I don't know why brands do that, like that's not the point of highlighter, but I just wanted to note that so I can make this work. It's still fine. And I don't think anyone's gonna be like, oh, you have glitter on your face, because they're not huge chunks. But if you really don't like glitter in your highlighters, then don't buy this palette maybe, because both of the highlighters have glitter. Really quickly, I'm gonna go in with my Mario Badescu rose scented facial spray, because I literally just ran out of my setting spray yesterday. Now I'm gonna use the KVD Dazzle Stick, which I'm really excited for. I'll swatch this for you so you can see it, but it doesn't really, I feel like the camera doesn't do this justice, but it is so pretty. I think you can see that flip. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful, and I'm really excited to try it on my eyes. I've never used a Dazzle Stick before, so ooh, sorry. Okay, that felt like really odd going on, but it looks so pretty, and I hope I didn't put too much on. I kind of got a little carried away because I got excited, but I kind of wanted to do more of like a sheer wash of color, which I don't think this is gonna be, and it is drying very quickly. That's the first eye. It is so pretty. It's just a tiny bit more opaque than I was expecting, because I think because it dried so fast and I wasn't expecting it to. I didn't and I put so much on, I didn't like shear it out and blend it out as quickly as I needed to, but that is really pretty. Now I'm just gonna do the exact same thing to the other eye. Because it's more opaque than I was expecting, I can't decide if I want to add like a powder eyeshadow just around the edges of my entire eye, just to kind of like soften things up. But I'm gonna do the rest of my eye makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and decide. So I'm gonna put on this e.l.f. Big Mood mascara, and I'm gonna cut this part out like I always do, because I don't like my mascara face. But I'm gonna put this Big Mood mascara on, which is honestly not my favorite. This is the black shade, and no matter how many coats of this you put on, it does not build up. This is definitely more of a defining mascara, not really lengthening or volumizing. And I'll show you, of course, once I put it on, but it could be because I had this for like a year before I opened it. Like I got this as a little mini gift with purchase, but I feel like a mascara that's completely unopened should not be completely dry after a year. So I feel like I'm just gonna have to assume that's what this mascara is like, and I don't think I'm gonna purchase this again because it doesn't really do much for me. I'm also gonna put on the Urban Decay eye pencil in the shade 0. This is what it looks like with my eyeliner and mascara, and I don't know about you, but like I feel like for 2 coats this does not really look like I have much mascara on, so I'm still gonna use it up, but I'm really not pleased with that. But I'm gonna quickly do my brows, and these are not new products, so I'm not going to show you doing this, but this is just like my same old Sephora brow pencil, and then I'm gonna put the Milani brow wax on top, and then I'm gonna use the Kosas clear brow gel, but honestly, like I could use any brow gel. I feel like that one isn't super special, so I'll be back after I finish my brows. While the brow wax is setting, I'm just going to take off my lip oil, and I have 2 Fenty glosses that I'm choosing between to put onto my lips. I usually don't just wear a gloss, but I figured because this is like a first impressions video, I may as well just like, you know, wear it just to see what it looks like on its own, and so you can see it as well. Maybe because I'm wearing like darker colors, like I have this beautiful Viking sweater on, and I have like the greenish pinkish eyeshadow. I might do the like newest Fenty Gloss Balm. This is Major Flex, which is like that gunmetal shade, and I think I've worn this on my lips once, but it was just really quick to try it on top of a lipstick, so let's see what it looks like on its own. Sorry, I'm totally blocking my lips with this mirror. Okay, it goes on pretty sheer, which is like what I was hoping and what pretty much all the, I'm like talking while I'm putting lip products on, which is like what most of the gloss bombs are anyway. It's meant to be sheer so that, as the name suggests, it can be a universal lip color. But what do you think? I kind of like this. This might not be the lip product that I leave on all day, but I think at least for this video on like just trying it on, I really like the way that looks. I think it's a cute shade, and oftentimes I do like to use something like the shade on top of lipsticks, like especially nude lipsticks, just to like make them deeper and cooler toned for what I'm wearing, because most of my lip products end up leaning warm. So really quick, I'm gonna put that clear brow gel on and then be right back. This is the finished look. I decided not to put anything like in my crease on my lower lash line. I just want to wear it as it is today and see like how long it lasts, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Of course, I'm gonna like fix up my edges and smooth them out again, and then I'll take a picture so that you can see up close, like in a photo, what it looks like. But for now, I'll just bring you a little bit closer and try not to block the light. Okay, here we go. This is what my makeup looks like, and I really like this. These are not like products that I would usually just decide to pair together. They were just like all new to me products, which is why I decided to use them all today. And like, I'm definitely gonna have to test them out further before I make decisions on them, because you know, I use like a new primer and a new foundation and like a new face palette and everything together, so I can never like really know when I do that exactly what caused what. But I will put my final thoughts in the description box, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.